Here is a Retron 5 slash Sega Genesis review of Altered Beast. So let's get it going right here. This was a port of the arcade version. This port came pretty quickly after the arcade version. The arcade version was one of the first System 16 arcade board games from Sega, which also powered Shinobi, which strangely there was never a Shinobi, a straight Shinobi on the, oh no. On the Genesis. They started with Revenge of Shinobi, and my Genesis 3-button pad needs to be clean. My jump is not working too well. That's okay, I can live through this. This game has some interesting developers behind it. We've got Makoto Uchida, who also worked on Golden Axe and Alien Storm, which I always really enjoyed Alien Storm, but the most interesting developer behind this was Hirokazu Yasuhara, who worked on Sonic, and actually he was one of the developers on, if you can believe this, Uncharted Drake's Fortune. So now I've turned into the wolf. So there's a little bit of backstory on this, and of course it was ported to the Genesis. Now we're going to fight this first boss. And in the arcade version, because System 16 has scaling, that guy would scale up. It's been a while since I fought this boss, so I'm just going to mainly use this so I don't get obliterated. I haven't played this game in a long time. And this was a pack-in game with the first wave of the first launch Genesis. And I wasn't a big fan of it. I'm still not that big of a fan of Altered Beast. The arcade version was awesome because it had this huge monitor, and it just... even though the gameplay isn't amazing, there was always something cool about it, just the sheer massiveness of everything. And this guy's almost dead. A little bit more animation in the arcade version for him. Overall, it's a pretty good arcade port for the most part, just missing a few things, and the voices, of course, are a little scratchy. But they actually sound pretty good in this. That laugh was pretty decent. And there go all our power-ups, and we're back. Every level you get to play is a different... I skipped a little cutscene, if you can call it that. This level always annoys me because you got these purple blobs that will jump on your face and suck your face off. Oh, that one almost got me. There's no question these little snake dudes are pretty cool. No question this counts in the arcade classics department, and this is a great port. You know, it kind of comes down to, did you like Altered Beast in the arcade? And I was just never a big fan of... I was never that big of a fan of beat-em-ups. I've got a bunch now, and I love playing them, but I'm trying to think back in the day when I was originally a gamer, you know, as a kid gamer, having to rely on my parents to buy my games for me, if I ever bought a single beat-em-up. I had Urban Champion on the NES. I don't even know if that counts as a beat-em-up. I'd never owned a Streets of Rage. I never owned Final Fight.
Welcome to your doom.
A little bit of, oh, this guy, I remember I think you mainly just hit him with this, and these eyeballs are really annoying. Oh, I'm gonna get my ass kicked, I can already tell. So you can oh, I'm dead. I don't know, can you kill these eyeballs, or you just avoid them? It's been so long since I played this. I got him. Considerably easier than the arcade version, I think. Never beat it in the arcade. There's only been a couple of games I've beat in the arcade. One of them was the Simpsons arcade game from Konami, and it cost me $5 in quarters. I think I could do it a lot better now. Let's watch this little scene. I don't know what's going on there. Sort of a, I guess you call it a Greek mythology game. This is where you look at these guys. Look at these guys with their penises out. Very, very sexual. Oh, that was horrible. And yes, I know those are stingers. I've done good about getting all these white wolves so far. I love how my muscles become so massive I just bust through my shirt. This could be the end for me. This may be the last level. Talk a little bit about Retron emulation. Retron does a good job. Is it perfect? No. But no emulator is ever going to be 100% perfect. It's as good as it's going to get, and the fact that you get it upscaled and nice and crisp, even if you don't have a CRT, which is great. I'm going to get murdered. I know it. I know it. I'm so dead. I got to get this one. I got to get this one. Okay. Yeah, see, now I'm the Smokey the Bear. I mean, that is just like the ultimate. This bear is ridiculous, too. I have no idea what this boss is going to be. I better... What is this attack? I mean, seriously, what is this? What is this? He's blowing bubbles, essentially.
Welcome to your
And he's got this rolly attack. I'll know this boss as soon as I see it, I'm sure. Oh, it's the snail. I'm instantly dead. I'm on my last life, so I'm about to be completely done. I don't know what you're supposed to use to kill him. I'm gonna try this. He's changing colors, so that sounds like that's something good. Look at that. Made it through. Graphically, this is actually a very pretty game, believe it or not. Especially for a launch game. But again, you know, it came from the arcade, so it was really up to the arcade developers. Kind of a strange game, though, if you think about it. For an arcade game, I always felt like more zombies. And it's kind of cool, like, you hit the zombie in their head, you headshot them, and their body shakes. That's a pretty cool animation.
Power up.
And the guy with the, very Shakespearean, the guy with the skull on his hand. Oh, I missed one. I finally missed one. Now I get to do the up kick for these guys. Horrible. I am just awful. This is embarrassing. So now that I missed the first white wolf, this becomes significantly more difficult because now I can't get the boss on the... Oh, the little chickens. Those chickens are from Golden Axe. And as I mentioned, Uchida worked on Golden Axe, one of the designers of this, so I guess he brought that character over.
Power up.
So now the boss is going to come taunt me. See, I could have been fighting this dude right now. Come on, just do it. Just do it. Come on. Why do I... Like, you would think that he would fight me beforehand, before I'm powerful. I figure he would be itching to get me right now. Ah, the tiger. I forgot about the tiger. Which is kind of like a slightly different werewolf dude. I just don't like these guys with the hammers. And the Golden Axe chickens are alright. So I might make it to this boss. Overall, this is a pretty simplistic game. The idea of morphing is pretty cool. I think that's one of the big selling points of being able to, especially if you struggle with a level, there's always that curiosity once you realize it's a different creature you can morph into by collecting the 3 power-ups. That's one of the great things about this is, oh, what do I get to become next? That's very cool. Music is actually pretty good in this. It's kind of dull, but it's catchy at the same time. Oh, I do remember this guy. Don't remember how to beat him, but I remember him. The bosses aren't that bad in this until that happens. Ah! I wonder if it's... No, that was dumb. I thought maybe that would... I can't believe I let those get me. I mean, I can because I'm awful. So that's it. So that's Golden Axe. Did I say Golden Axe? I actually just said Golden Axe because of that damn chicken. You can see it right there. That's Altered Beast on the Sega Genesis playing through the Retron 5. Plays great. Of course, yeah, 2 players, which is awesome as well. You should be able to jump up and get that, I think that's a bull up there. You should be able to get a power-up from him. It's stupid, but you should be able to. And overall, I would say that as far as an arcade port goes, it's like a 9.5. It's a great arcade port on the Sega Genesis, but it's going to come down to, did you like the arcade version? Do you like this type of game? You can have fun with it. It's a fair game. It's one of those games that, even in the arcade, was a very fair game. You never felt like the game was just trying to steal your quarters. So for that reason, I give Altered Beast an 8.0. It's kind of a short game. I was damn near on the last level. There's elements of it which are kind of obnoxious, such as the getting hit by an enemy and bouncing back can be pretty frustrating. And again, if I was the ball-headed wizard dude, Zordon from Power Rangers, at the end of the level, I would absolutely not fight you if you were a goddamn werewolf that throws fireballs. I would much rather fight you in your human form. So, 8 out of 10. Good game. Great arcade legacy. If you're a collector, get this game. For some reason, it's like $15, which is strange because every G1 Genesis came with it. But it's definitely a must-own.